Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, we're talking popularity, approval ratings. That's right, there's a new one in, and I want to discuss it. And I want you to know that I'm fully prepared to go petty. I've had so many funny comments saying you love it when I go petty. Let's go petty. So, notice in the background, since we're talking about Meghan's unlikability scale, you'll find some of her most unlikable photos or her most unlikable behaviors displayed in photos, if you will. So enjoy that. And to discuss approval ratings, I have my favorite way to tank my approval ratings. Oh, just kidding. Jay, say hi to everybody.
Hi, thanks for approving me to come on here. I'll try not to mess with your approval rating too much. Let's talk some race stuff.
Oh, God.
Not really. But we are here to talk about how they come up with these ratings. I don't understand.
And tell everyone where to find you.
But you can find me on YouTube as well as Dr. Bad Vibes and also on Twitch, also as Dr. Bad Vibes.
Do you approve of this message?
And this is not paid for by anybody, but I approve this message.
I'd like to think I was one of the early Americans to realize what awfulness was lurking behind the surface there. But it sounds like a lot of America is catching up because she has a new negative approval rating that's just come out over here, and I want to talk about it. I can't imagine why that would be, though. Again, look at the photographs for details. So this is out of Daily Mail. New poll shows Meghan Markle is more unpopular with Americans than ever, scoring a -2, only a -2, approval rating. So they're claiming it's the all-time low in 5 months. We have some things to say about this. Now, Jay's going to break down the article and explain a little further, but before he does, this is from a separate article. This remains one of my favorite graphics. This is out of the UK, again, Daily Mail. And just keep this in your mind, that she was showing -39 and he's -26. But I love that you can see, based on the years, where they're sitting and watch them plummet. Again, look at 2020 for details. That's when that all started to slide pretty bad. Again, I know a lot of us were onto it even before that, but I find that pretty funny.
So we'll get into the math, but do we really need the math when you think about it? I mean, this graphic really lays it out better than I can explain it. This is my first time seeing it. So it's like you got Harry alone. It's like, oh yeah, okay, you can see a dip. Probably put on an outfit right there, I guess, and his Halloween costume. Oh. That's probably what dipped it there. And then everybody's like, oh, he's just a party dude, having some fun. He stays up pretty high. Then all of a sudden she pops up like, who's this? And then it's like, oh, oh. And then here we are. And then, Harry, they're like, oh, he married her. And they're like, oh.
Oh, he sucks too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I assume that brief spike up, or one of those spikes, is probably his book, because that was a great TikTok meme. My penis is oscillating. My penis is oscillating. My penis is oscillating. Anyways.
So you think he became more popular for the jokes?
He did for me. I'm here to hear him talk. So, anyways, I guess that's the visual representation. Let's get into the math.
But full disclosure, he sucks too. His popularity dropped, rightly so. The both of them, they deserve each other. But this was a visual representation that's one of my favorites. This is, again, I believe out of the UK that this comes. So going back to today's article, it's out of the US. Let's take a look at how we overcomplicate things.
All right, so basically the math is coming from Newsweek. If you want to read all this, just pause it right here. I'm not going to go through it. I'll just summarize pretty much what we already know. No one likes her, so they stayed quiet for a little bit, and now she's trying to make a comeback. And guess what? It didn't work because you're unlikable. So their comeback hasn't landed as they hoped, with a new poll conducted by Newsweek showing only 31% of Americans like her, while 33% don't, giving her a net approval rating of -2. Okay, I feel like I know how to math, but I don't understand that.
I don't think 31% of Americans like her.
Well, I don't believe that either. It's probably they probably don't know who she is, or they haven't watched. Oh yeah, I remember Suits. It came on USA. Characters welcome. Anyways, not trying to overcomplicate the math, but so 33% don't like her. A mysterious what was it?
31%.
Well, 31% claim to like her. That sounds like a stretch to me. So that adds up to 64%. So I guess 36% of the country just don't know who she is. I don't know what's. Yeah, they're like, I don't care. Quit talking to me. Like, it's like, I'm just trying to get my coffee. Don't pull me on the street, damn it.
These are Newsweek readers.
Yeah,
What, I mean,
yeah. So I don't know.
that math ain't mathing.
Yeah, the math doesn't add up. I like to think of it like Scott Steiner's doing the math. If you don't know what I'm talking about, after the video's over, go on YouTube and look up Steiner math. It's got about 7 million views, and you will laugh. It's a pro wrestler doing math to insult another pro wrestler. So anyways, the gist of it is people don't like her. We don't really need to get involved math to know that. These little outings lately, like I can drive a car, I have keys, and
I can't see over the wheel.
wee. Oh yeah, what was it? I said driving Miss Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So
Driving us crazy.
yeah, driving everyone else crazy. It's obvious that you're just trying to milk fame. You're trying to do whatever you're trying
Cling
to
on
do.
to that title.
Yeah, you're just trying to. You're just trying to make money with doing even less than you were before, and
that's hard to do.
And that's very hard. So of course the obvious answer is become an influencer. so now we're trying for that, I believe.
You're right. I find it so funny. We keep getting these stupid articles saying she's bringing back the TIG, like people care about that, and then saying she could make up to $1 million a post, not with a negative approval rating. That's what I said before. There's just no. No, that math ain't mathin' either. You can spin it any way you want, but it's not working. All right, so it goes on to call it a staggering fall from grace with the U.S. public, which I find very funny because, again, I don't think she's been popular for a while. Who, like the Duchess, by plus 23 in December. Again, this math, they're talking about, I think, what they say, Newsweek poll. So these are people that happen to read Newsweek that are saying this. This doesn't speak for all of America. It's going to be way lower than this. Let's see. Many were moved by her tales of fighting back. Okay. No, we weren't. We saw right through it. And I really think that's what turned a lot of people off, this constant victim mentality. Sorry, I was reading victim mentality over and over. So let's see. It says by June her popularity was falling. She had an approval rating of plus 6%. Her husband's biography, Spare, was met with backlash on both sides of the Atlantic after it was published in January. Well, backlash by most of us. Jay apparently found it hilarious because he kept getting to say, "My penis is oscillating."
Worth it.
Say it again.
Worth it.
No, my penis is oscillating.
My penis is oscillating. My penis is oscillating.
What about mommy's cream?
Where's mommy's cream?
Oh.
Todger is dry.
Oh, gross. Now your approval rating's negative. Ew.
Something just got positive.
Oh, God. My apologies, everybody. Okay, so where were we? It said his approval rating was slightly better and sat at 18%. Again, who are they polling for this? Yes, I think his is slightly better than hers, but they're both pretty bad. I'm just going to pull your attention right back to this graphic because, again, this is the one that I tend to believe a little bit more, not just because it's hilarious and more negative numbers. I think this lines up when they started to plummet. Once they left the royal family, once more bullying stories came out, and once we saw how they treated grandma / the queen, all of the things we saw. That's when they started to plummet. And so, yeah, I tend to stick with this graph more.
Yeah, just check out that roller coaster. Whee! I mean, do we really need, as I said before, do we really need the math? Must we quantify it with a number? I think it's pretty obvious people just don't like her. Either of them. Because it stemmed from leaving the royal family and, running their mouths. And after that was all said and done, it was pretty obvious it was all just a ruse for money to do very little and get paid a lot. And people have seen right through that podcast that tanked spectacularly. And I mean,
Everything they've been involved
yeah,
in.
everything they've been involved in sounds like a scam of some sort. And I mean, as royals, the bulk of their days or jobs, per se, was charity work, right? Like, that's your primary function is charity and engagements, blah blah blah. And they're just like, well, we can do it better, but we're only going to work an hour a week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, add all those little things up, and well, I say little, dissing the Queen on a national stage is a little bigger than that. But yeah, people are just like, wow, I don't like them. They are liars and unlikable, and
Horrible people.
they suck. So, the end. We don't need statistics. I'm sure the majority of people. I'm surprised they got a number that high, 31%. I'm still surprised by that.
I
So,
don't believe it.
yeah, that must have. It's kind of like the local newspapers. Like, I'm the best. I'm the best butcher in town,
Yeah.
and they get all their relatives to mail in the vote. So, I mean, what I'm getting is they paid for it probably, and they still couldn't get in the positives.
That's right.
So here we are.
So it'll come as no surprise, and it will burn these two even worse to know that William and Catherine more popular than ever. I absolutely love it. Of course, the late Queen Elizabeth always ranks the top as far as popularity goes, but now Catherine and William continue to be on top, as well as Princess Anne, another one of my favorites. Love that they're all ranking so high, and I love that these two continue to sink further. Again, it couldn't have happened to more deserving people. They brought this on themselves. They only have their own terrible attitudes and actions to blame, right? Right. Guys, I think that'll wrap it up. Do you have anything else you want to add? Do you have any other thoughts on this popularity situation?
Well, I think we've spent a lot of time in a complicated manner to say people don't like her. And I guess in summary, people don't like her. Must we add math to it? There's no equations.
But I'm sorry,
What I keep saying she, but both of them. I mean, I do joke that I want to hear him talk, which I do, but it's not because I like him. It's because everything he says is a train wreck disaster.
Exactly. But I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. She's continuing to do assholic things. Yes, I just made that word up. Assholery. Like, when we're trying to honor the Queen, the late Queen Elizabeth, on the anniversary of her passing, what does she do? She has to release photographs of her pretending to drive a car. I mean, I'll never not think that's the most lame thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just absolutely crazy. We got dipshit bozo Prince like parading around like, he said the Queen's looking down on us. No, the Queen's looking down on us who loved and respected her. You didn't do shit. Anyway, I can't stand these two.
She's looking down on them like, what are you doing?
Yes.
Stop.
Exactly.
Just go.
Right, just go away.
Go away and do your charity for real.
Let William and Catherine
actually do it. And yeah, I mean, yeah, William and Catherine, like, I believe a positive approval rating there. I mean, what do you ever hear about them? They're not out there like talking shit.
Doing books on.
Yeah, it's like Suits was dumb.
Yeah.
They're not out there just.
Airing dirty laundry.
Yeah, I mean, I already used pro wrestling as a as a bridge to explain some of this, so I'll continue to be lowbrow. The saying goes, "Talk shit, get bit." That's what happens. They talk shit, they got bit. Go home, you're done. Stop.
Wow, we got class out the ass today.
I'm a fancy man.
Yeah, you are. We're royals. But yeah, no, I don't feel the least bit sorry for them. They brought this all upon themselves. They're horrible to everybody around them, from people that worked with them to people in the family on both sides, both her family and his family. So yeah, no, they only have themselves to blame. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. It was fun to have you back on, Jay. It's been a little while. Tell everybody where they can find you if they want to hear more wrestling stuff.
WrestleMania.
Wow.
Well, you can find me on YouTube as well as Dr. Bad Vibes, primarily doing video games. You can find me on Twitch also, and after months of saying I was going to stream and not doing it, what I've decided to do is do some short streams on Twitch. Hopefully, starting in this upcoming week. I bought some disgusting food on a whim to eat to celebrate, and just follow me on YouTube and well, I guess Twitch would be more appropriate if you want to see the stream. But both, I'll put a notice up when I know I'm going to stream. I'm going to try to make it a semi-regular thing, keep them brief, after work kind of thing. And yeah, I'm on camera and I can say
Match your sexy looks with your sexy voice.
well, let's not go that far, but I can still say dumb stuff just with the face.
But tell them you gotta honk at everybody and tell them what
Oh yeah,
sticker you're working on.
yeah. So I'm working on a few more emojis. One of them is like a parking lot, or maybe her and maybe the
behind a wheel,
goose
something like
driving a car. I got to see. It's so hard. You know, where their emojis are so small. That's what makes it difficult. I'll draw something very detailed.
Work is hard.
Yeah,
you sound like them.
It takes me a whole hour a week to do all. Well, not even that, but I'm working on a tiny canvas. It's like I'll do it, and I'm like, oh, you can't even see it. So. Working on that. Got the parking lot. What was the other one?
Driving a car.
Driving a car. There's
I don't know.
yeah, I've got them in a notepad. I can't remember off the top of my head. But more emojis coming. Thanks to everybody that's joined. That's opened up a lot of more slots for emojis. So I need to draw more, and those will keep coming. If you don't know what we're talking about, be sure if you're interested, this adds emojis to the YouTube comments. You can hit that join button on the main page. If you're using an iPhone or an iPad, you won't see it. So it's got to be in a browser or on Android. And the join button lets you become an exclusive member of the Drunk Goose Club. And you can share these dumb drawings that I made.
Tell them what you mean in a browser.
Oh, a browser like Safari or Chrome, Edge, Opera, Firefox.
Okay.
I can keep going.
No.
There's a lot of them.
But tell them, so by doing that, they'll see the join button.
Yeah, if you're using iOS or iPad, Tim Apple wants his cut of that pie, and Google's like, So you can't use the native app. You have to use the browser, the website.
Honk honk, everybody.
So honk honk, show us those honkers.
Guys, we appreciate the heck out of you. Wow. I just had a comment saying they love when my Southern comes out. Bless your heart. We appreciate the heck out of you guys. We really do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for everything. Definitely check out the Patreon. We got lots of bonus content over there. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. And I can't wait to read your comments on this one. And I hope you all have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.